What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video. Today we are going to be talking about the keys to success when stacking gold, silver, platinum, and yes, even palladium. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I have before me the four main precious metals groups. Just like the four main food groups, you got to have four main precious metals groups. So what I want to talk about today is the key to success when stacking precious metals of really any kind. So to start off, I just want to say the number one key is to never panic when buying and investing and stacking precious metals. You never want to panic, okay? And what do I mean by panic? I mean, when you see spot price going up, you instantly want to think that it's going to the moon. History says that that's not always the case, and in fact, that's usually not the case. Now, I don't want to put a downer, I don't want to be a downer and put down any current spikes, so to speak, in precious metals prices and spot price and things like that. But what I want to talk about specifically in regards to panicking is make sure to just pace yourself as you are stacking the precious metals. That is really one of the main keys to success when investing and stacking precious metals overall, is just do not panic and just pace yourself. If you bought some precious metals and the spot price goes down, don't panic and sell. If you sold some precious metals and the spot price goes up, don't panic and buy more, creating a sort of loss in your overall stacking adventure. What you want to do is just pace yourself. Don't get caught up by new releases. Don't get caught up by new spot prices and things like that. You know, if it's not in the budget, it's not in the budget, and that's okay, because you probably have some stacking precious metals in your portfolio already anyways. So there's no need to panic really ever, and that's what can cause issues in your stacking journey and cause stacking to become more of a stress than it is just sort of security and a stress relief. Knowing that you have these metals is somewhat relief in the case of an emergency or anything like that. Now, another thing I want to talk about is premiums. What you want to do when you're stacking precious metals is you want to pay the lowest premiums possible. Now, you all know that I have some collectible pieces in my stack, and you know, I have paid premiums for some of my pieces. It's okay to do that, but try and limit it the best you can. If you are a coin collector and that's all you do, that is perfectly fine. You are a coin collector more so than a stacker. But this video is talking specifically on the keys to success when stacking. Pay the lowest premiums you can. Don't panic. And just kind of ride the dips and the spikes, you know. The dealers, what they're going to do is they're going to send out emails when spot price dips and say get in while it's low, and then they're going to send out emails when spot price spikes and say get in before it's too late. They want you buying from them, and that's why they do that, and I understand business and economics and things like that, but I just want to say that, you know, there will always be something new. You know, you don't always have to have, you know, everything that is released. You know, and especially with a lot of the limited edition things, they really try to create coins and things like that and get you into collecting so that you buy more. But typically you end up buying a lot of stuff you don't need, and you could have spent your money better elsewhere. Again, there's nothing wrong with collecting coins and buying numismatic pieces. But as far as stacking, the keys to success are to pay the lowest premium possible and to not panic. So that's two keys I've given so far. Don't panic, pay the lowest premium possible. Key number 3, diversification. So as you can see here, I've got all four precious metals. in front of me. You can consider some other platinum group metals as precious metals, such as rhodium and things of that nature. But in general, these are the four that are considered to be typical precious metals that you would purchase and invest your money in. Now, diversification is key. That's key number 3. And what I mean by that, it is important that you don't just stack all of your weight into one of these metals. The reason for that, any one of these metals could take off and any one of these metals could tank. And you want to make sure your investment is secure. And one of the best ways to do that is to diversify. So you want a little bit of everything, really. I know that a lot of stackers mainly just stick to gold and silver, but I'm telling you guys, it does not hurt to add a little bit of platinum and maybe even palladium if the budget can fit it into your portfolio. Because there's a chance that platinum and palladium, which typically move a lot of times different from gold and silver, take off while gold and silver go down. You never really know what the future holds in regards to spot price in the markets and industry and trends and things of that nature. So by diversifying, you protect yourself overall from potential dips and spikes that might work not so much in your favor. If you stack all your weight in gold and gold doesn't go up for a while, it just stays still, but platinum goes up, I mean, you still have your value in gold. You haven't lost any money, but you could have made more money had you had a little bit of platinum. Now, platinum might also go down while gold holds still or goes up. You never really know what the futures hold. So diversification is going to be key number 3 into how to stack precious metals successfully. Now, key number 4 is don't go into debt buying precious metals. Don't fall, and this kind of falls under don't panic, but don't think that you can, go into debt buying these things and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you'll be able to pay off the debt with your metals. You could potentially lose a little bit in the short term buying these things. Also, these are not things that are meant to honestly make you a ton of money in the short period of time. I wouldn't really suggest going into debt for any investment, whether it's stocks, whether it's cryptocurrencies, if that's your thing, or what have you, mainly because these are a store of wealth, and debt is not wealth. Debt is a debt that you owe to someone. It is not money that you have made. It is money that you have borrowed. And because you have borrowed it, that is not fully yours until you pay it off. Just like any loan or anything you get, just like a car you buy and finance, it is not your car until you pay it off. Same thing with a house, and same thing with anything you buy with a credit card or a personal loan or what have you. So don't go into debt trying to buy these metals. If your budget is very small because you are in debt, or maybe you are just a young person and you aren't making a ton of money right now, and you don't want to wait until you do make a ton of money to be able to stack hardcore and some actual heavy weight, don't fall into that category either. It's okay to slowly stack this stuff over time. If you look at the spot price over time, it slowly increases, right? Typically with inflation and things like that, but it also has dips and even years and months and weeks and things like that where it goes low and it stays low and it doesn't come back up for a little while. So the markets move in unpredictable ways. So you never know if, this year it's high and it's a good thing that you didn't buy, and next year it's low and it's a great thing that you waited or you didn't buy all at once or what have you. So kind of pacing yourself when buying this stuff is key. And that will be key number 4 on how to successfully stack precious metals. Now, as a bonus, what I want to talk about is why I think that you should stack but don't stack and let the rest of your life kind of take a toll, right? So make sure your priorities are covered in life. What you want to do is you don't want to say, hey, you know, I really need to take care of myself, but instead I'd rather just stack this stuff. Don't let this become your number one priority in life. The one thing I want to talk about that is very easy to fall into is seeing other stackers, including myself, on YouTube, on Instagram, on places like that, show off their magnificent, glorious stacks, and you falling into a category where you say you want that and you don't really want to wait around for your stack to grow into that. So you just start cutting parts of your budget away from other important things in your life, whether it's your family, whether it's debts you have, student loans, cars, houses, credit cards, things like that, whether it's just, you know, taking care of yourself from a health standpoint or anything of that nature. Don't fall into that category where you are taking money away from other important things in your life to fill your stacking. This stuff is shiny, and everyone likes talking about how shiny it is, and we as humans, for some reason, for thousands and thousands of years, have been attracted to shiny things. And so we want as much of this stuff as we possibly can get. And there's nothing wrong with that, because this is essentially saving at the end of the day. But let it be maybe a priority in your life, but not your top priority. So yeah, guys, that's the 5 keys to how to stack successfully. Don't panic. Diversify. Don't go into debt. Don't make this your number one priority. And just overall, make sure that you pay low premiums. And just make sure that you are stacking as efficiently as possible so that you can one day grow your stack into something that you can be proud of yourself in, for saving up money and growing your wealth over time and preserving your wealth in a smart way such as this, so that in the future, when you look back, you can say, wow, I'm really glad I started. I'm really glad I paced myself. I'm really glad I didn't go into debt or anything like that. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you can look at your stack and say, my debts are paid, my family and myself are covered and taken care of. You know, I didn't panic buy and end up in the hole, because so many people have ended up in the hole because they have just panic bought and they have just let this become the number one priority in their life, and that should never happen under any circumstances. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of me talking about the keys to success when stacking precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you in future videos. And until next time, guys, we will see ya.